Hello everybody, welcome back to POW Science. My name is Mr. Miles, I'll be your POW Science scientist, and today we are inside once again. I was thinking about making an outside video, but it was 90 degrees today, so I am sitting nice in my air-conditioned room, and if you have not heard, POW Science has been open for a few weeks now, and we are very slowly hoping to start introducing some of our program and birthday party offerings in ways that are safe and in line with state and CDC guidelines. So our experiment today is all about how to blow up a balloon. And we're going to do it in two different ways. We're going to do it in one that's kind of a boring, non-explosive experimental way. And I'm going to show you that first. So, take a balloon and hold it up to your mouth and blow. Boom. So technically I could have done the experiment without doing that step, but I like to do that step to point out something really important. When we breathe in, we are taking in oxygen from the air around us. When we breathe out again, that oxygen has been turned and churned around and used up by our cells to make energy, and what comes out is another gas called carbon dioxide. So this whole balloon is full of carbon dioxide. And the reason I like to point that out is because in the experiment we're about to do, where we put more air inside of the balloon, we're going to put more carbon dioxide inside. So we're actually going to do pretty much the same thing, but we're going to do it with an experiment instead of with our lungs. So what you need to do the experiment part of our experiment is you need that balloon again. You want to let the air out if you've just inflated it. I let mine go. And you're going to need a wee bit of baking soda. Now mine's just kind of in a test tube, but you can find this on any supermarket shelf. You probably already have some in your house. You also are going to want a funnel because, trust me, you don't want to try. We're going to have to get the baking soda inside the balloon. You're not going to want to do that without a funnel. It's going to be very difficult. Trust me. And the very last thing we need is we need some sort of acidic solution. Now, what I have here is a solution that I've made with citric acid, which is a nice white powder. It's a little bit heavier than the baking soda. And the reason I like to use citric acid is that it doesn't smell. But if you don't have citric acid, that's fine. You can also use vinegar. Vinegar is really good for this experiment as well. You might be able to even get away with using orange juice with this, but orange juice also has a lot of sugar in it, so it's not going to be as strongly acidic as citric acid or vinegar is going to be. But you do need some liquid acid at your disposal. So the idea of this experiment is going to be to make those two ingredients, the acid and the baking soda, react together. Now, when acids like citric acid or acetic acid, which is the fancy name for vinegar, react with each other, they release carbon dioxide gas. They fizz up and they release carbon dioxide. So if we can trap that inside of our balloon, we'll have really done the exact same thing as we did blowing it up. We'll have put carbon dioxide inside of it. And so here's how you do it. You need your balloon first, and you need your little funnel. And what I like to do, we use my knee as a little table here, I like to stretch the balloon over the mouth of the funnel. Very good. And then you just want to put some of the powder in. Now, usually do about nice 3 or 4 tablespoons. I'm going to kind of eyeball it because I don't have my spoon handy, so I'm just going to dump some out. Woo! All right. Looking pretty good. All right. And so you just need to, you can give it a little feel. Make sure that the powder's inside the balloon. We're good. All right. So now for the last step. Once you've got your powdered-filled balloon and you have your citric acid or vinegar solution at the ready, now it's kind of the hardest part. Now you got to stretch your balloon over the mouth of whatever it is you're using. You can use a water bottle for this if you don't have a flask, but you do want something with a narrow top. I should have said that earlier, but you got to have something that's going to stretch over your balloon. So, this is the hardest part, and it's very difficult to do on camera. Can I do it? Can I do it? Can I do it? Hey, yeah, I can. Good for me. Okay, see? So now we have made what we call in chemistry a closed system. So all that means is that anything that happens inside of this container is going to stay inside of this container because it doesn't have any way to escape. Yeah? Closed systems are not super common in nature because, you know, the world is fairly open and things can escape very easily and go to the outside. But scientists really like closed systems because it helps you observe that whatever is happening inside you know is a part of your experiment, right? Nothing from the outside is going to interfere. So we have made our nice little closed system here. And now the last step is we got to get the powder inside of the solution. So 3, 2, 1. And there we go. So if you take a close look, you can see it is all foaming up. So those bubbles foaming are the carbon dioxide forming, and they go inside of the balloon because there's nowhere else for it to go, because we've made a closed system. And because we've made a closed system, we know that there's no weird extra thing happening from the outside. It has nothing to do with how hot it is outside. It has nothing to do with anything floating around in my room. Everything that happened right inside of our closed system. So now for my favorite part of the experiment. We are going to see today if our balloon is a standing balloon or a sleeping balloon. It's a standing balloon! Yay! A sleeping balloon would have looked like this. Sleeping balloons sometimes happen depending on how much liquid you put in and how much powder you use. Sometimes the powder gets stuck in the balloon. It makes it heavy, makes it a sleeping balloon. But we have a standing balloon, and my favorite, dancing balloon. Yay! All right, so that was our experiment for today. I hope it's one that you folks can do at home yourself, and let us know how you do. We would love to hear from you. Meanwhile, please come to PAL Science. We are happy to be open again, and goodbye for now.